Hello, this is Julia with iCadenza, and I'm here with pianist Svetlana Smolina, who just performed an incredible program at the Greystone Mansion here in Beverly Hills. So hello, Svetlana.
Hello, Julia.
Thank you so much for being here with me.
It's my pleasure and big honor to give interview for you.
Thank you. So first of all, you just played such an incredible, ambitious program. When you're going in to play a concert, what's the first thing that you're thinking about when you first sit down at the piano?
Just to talk to my audience, because we performers, it's our musical speech, and a composer composes because he cannot put what he thinks into words, and he puts it into notes, and we performers express ourselves through the composer's souls, through the sounds. So whatever I feel, whatever I'm eager to say to my listeners, and I just do it all. Hopefully from the first minute I touch the piano.
Well, I certainly felt that today, so it's
Thank you. That's the most rewarding comment that one can hear.
It's definitely coming across. So tell me a bit more about your journey, kind of getting here in terms of your, career development process. What has it been like? What do you think has been the most significant part of your experience so far? What do you feel like is really the secret to getting you where you are now?
Well, it's a combination of many things, but first of all, of course, it's the help of my great teachers. I was blessed to have many great teachers, so all of them enriched me so much, and I'm very grateful to all of them. And of course, to my parents, who always support me, being greatest supporters in my life, and all my friends and people just with whom I am now, like Palpatine, because that's really changed my life in the past year. It's really changed my life. It gave me a new soul and a new heart. I'm not afraid of saying that.
Well, let's talk about Palpatine some more. How did you first get involved with Palpatine, and what have you done with them?
I met Eduard Schmieder at Temple University, where he distinguished professor of violin. I played recital there last February, and he just randomly walked in the hall, and he stayed for concert. And then he liked my playing, and he said, the first thing he said, I wrote a play. It's about life of Brahms and Clara Schumann, called My Music, My Love. And I'm looking a long time for a pianist who can do role of Clara Schumann. Would you be my Clara? And can you believe, if you ask such a question, can you say no? Of course not. Of course I say yes. So that's how it all started. And by the way, we're going to do this Brahms play in Los Angeles on March 3 premiere. Then I got invited to the festival, to Palpatine. Last summer was my first festival, and I met so many great friends here, and I just found so many great people, and it just enriched and enlightened my life so much. So I'm really thankful to both Edward and Laura, because they're just a wonderful couple, wonderful musicians, and just great people and great supporter of art.
What do you think it is about Palpatine that's so magical, that's so, that's so different from other festivals, other programs out there?
Well, first of all, the group itself is unique, because pretty much it consists of soloists who are just, get together for this special program, who Maestro Schmieder really put all his heart and soul in rehearsals and while mastering the programs, and there is such a great communication between all of us, because we all treat each other like a family. And when you feel there's so much love between each other, and there's so much sharing going on during every minute of encounter, it makes also your music very special. So it's this feeling of friendship and continuous sharing of everything what we have, and we just give to each other. So it's a very unique group, because we all love each other.
It's a beautiful program, and I think the audience really feels that and really shares in that love. So that's fantastic. So what inspires you in general? How do you kind of keep things fresh? Because you've been playing some of these programs for a while. How do you keep yourself inspired?
Well, I mean, it's being an artist, I think it's hard not to be inspired, because everything what you see in life, it's like you treat every day as a new blessing from a God, and so you just basically get inspired by a lot of things you see and you meet in your life. Just, I guess, be open to everything and perceive it with most concentration, and involve your conscious and unconsciousness while you encounter things in your life, and that will give you inspiration. And of course, reading and going to museums and walking in the beautiful nature of Los Angeles inspires me so much. Like, look at this place, When I came before the concert, I was having a hard time even to put myself and to this piano to warm up, because I just wanted to walk around and see all this beautiful, landscaping that I see. It's really incredible. So.
It's such a beautiful space. It's glorious to play incredible music and in this kind of environment. It's so historic. Going back to your career process, what do you think have been the biggest challenges for you, and what do you see as the biggest challenges for your peers, for people at your level?
Well, there are a lot. I mean, it's a hard question to put into a few words. First of all, the biggest challenge, I think, for all of us is just really to choose in life as soon as possible to do what you love. And not many people do what they love, And it's a real talent to understand what can you do your best and what inspires you. And then, so once you know it, then you just go with your feelings all the time. Just listen to your feelings, and you do need a lot of luck. You do need a lot of luck in this profession, and but I think if you concentrate it, if you do your art, and if you're really committed to what you do, and if you have good friends, and good friends are one of them, You can have no money, but if you don't have friends, you don't have happiness. Friends bring happiness. So if you do what you do well, and you love what you do, and you share your art, people hopefully would see that, and there would be someone who would help. And of course, artists in our world need a lot of support, and I just wish all of my peers in this profession a lot of luck. Love what you do and work hard, and then there will be chances for you out there. Yeah, so just love and luck and friends, good friends, and be a good person. That's also important. Just be open, share yourself.
Well, it seems that you've had a lot of luck and a lot of success lately. Tell us about some of the things that you've done lately and what's coming up next.
Well, yes, I was blessed with luck, but also, our life is built on contrast all the time. So together with luck, of course, I had a lot of difficult periods in my life, and that's also, it's very important in the life of artists, those ups and downs, because if you just go like shell surface, it's not possible to get inspired. You need those, like contrasts and sharp contrasts, because they store your emotions. And then when you get through the hard time and you get through them, you become actually a better person, more experienced, and it enriches your art as well. So, but I've been lucky, as I said, when I got together with Palpatine, I've been pretty lucky on my engagements and concerts. I got a position at Westchester University. I'm an artist in residence there, playing a lot of concerts. I moved to Manhattan to live, which is I love the city. It's incredible, and I'm blessed to live there. And this is my fourth time this year that I returned to LA, and I play a lot of concerts here. I'm gonna come back in the summer. I'm going to participate on 2 summer festivals on the East Coast, Philadelphia Summer Festival and Summit Piano Festival, and going to Salzburg, Mozarteum Summer Academy. God, I played many concerts in Russia with orchestra, chamber, and yeah, I have many projects, and I'm being blessed to have them, and I'm very looking forward to next year. And I'm going now to Orange County. I got re-invited to come back already. I played, this is my 4th concert on this tour, and I already got re-invited to come back in January and February. So I'm really, really looking forward to all things I can do and share my music with the audience. And I try to include pieces in my program that not often performed. For example, on this tour I play many times Rachmaninoff First Sonata, which you heard today, and very few people play it. And for example, when I perform that particular piece, because it's not so well known, my first goal when I touch the first note is just to open this piece for the listeners and to make it more accessible, because so much great music undeservedly not touched by pianists. There's so much like standard repertoire which you always hear in the concert hall, and of course interpretation varies, but I think as performers we need to find something new and try to include those pieces in the program, and so it enriches the community. And this composer, First Sonata does not exist. It's a 40-minute piece, and it was inspired by Liszt Faust Symphony and by Dante, Goethe. Faust. And so every time I play this piece, it's something. It's kind of a mission, so people fall in love with it and start playing it. Actually, I hope more pianists would do this piece, because it's a really great piece of music.
Do you feel that you feel called to do a lot of research on every piece that you play? What's your process for selecting repertoire?
Of course, you do a lot of research. Like I try to read biographies of composers and listen at other works, not piano works like symphonies, and you need to know entire output of the composer, and try to vary styles, not to repeat programs. And in the summer I'm going to bring different programs, and I try to combine Western music and Russian into one program. So I know people love Chopin, and I have an album on iTunes which was released recently where I play all preludes, and I played some preludes today. And so I think variety is always good. You can't just choose something and go. You need to vary things. You need to vary, everything.
And it's great that you're exposing audiences to such a different, giving them different experiences throughout the single concert. So that's fantastic. I'm curious also, would you be able to share with us maybe kind of a funny moment or something interesting that, has ever happened at a concert, maybe unexpected?
I remember once I played also, the funny moment. I was playing Rachmaninoff Third Concerto in Russia. And, this is quite a big piece. And by the time you get to finale, you're pretty much excited that you made it. And, you're in the final ecstasy of the final movement. And then I got very excited, and already when I was on the last page, and I played that's octaves, and there is a brass section that's supposed to play a tune, tan, 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 on the last page. And I was supposed to listen to the syncopation and then fit my chords. It's already the last line of the concert. So, and I couldn't hear this brass. So I was playing my chords, and I was totally like deaf. I couldn't hear anything. I don't know, something just happened. And then when I was kind of going on the top of the keyboard, I heard that brass already finishing the piece, and I'm still 3 measures behind. So, of course, I jumped into I skipped a few measures, and I jumped into the last measure on the top of the octave, and there is this powerful rhythm that finishes almost all Rachmaninoff concerto, tam pa ta tam, and I played that together with the orchestra. But before that, it was like a big gap, and I didn't know what I played or what orchestra played. Actually, on recording, it came okay. But the entire experience was so shocking that I don't think I even could stood up, because the audience, of course, responded and screamed, but I was so I was sitting in this concert and I was looking at the conductor oh my God, what happened? And that was so weird. And then we decided to repeat the culmination for encore, and I could hear perfectly the brass section then, but I don't know, just something. And it's very interesting what things can happen during the live concert, and you never know what's going to happen. And so you have to stay always alert and aware. But it was kind of nice accent to the end of the piece.
That's so funny. It's amazing in a concert how quickly things seem to go. After you've been rehearsing for so long, suddenly everything is just over and you're at that last page.
And actually, what also amazes me is when you perform and you analyze, you feel all those small things that happen, and sometimes you're not really happy with the performance because that and that happened. And then you listen on the tape, and it's actually okay. It seems okay. It's so different, I guess, what you feel and what actually comes out also. So you need to find this nice balance in understanding how the piece is heard. So it's kind of, you have to be a little bit on a distance from yourself and be above the piece and to see it and to shape it. As Rachmaninoff said, the most important thing in a performance is to build your performance or piece that you're playing to one golden point. And if it's not happening, sometimes he was so upset on some concert and he wouldn't even accept audience backstage because he was like, oh my God, the concert, I just feel terrible. And everyone were raving about the performance, say, but it was so incredible. Why you think you have this impression? You really you blow everyone out. He said, I didn't reach the golden point. It's very important, and to build what you do. It's a craft, and it's a little bit more I also did a double degree in Russia. I did science degree together with music when I started. And it's a lot of constructive thinking in music also. So it's kind of spiritual and constructive thinking brought together in the art. And, we are blessed to be in, that the God gave us music as a gift. I think it's the most amazing gift that human being can have.
So when you play, are you looking for that golden point? Is that for every piece, do you kind of have a phrase, a goal, something that you're really wanting to make shine, or are you really perfectionistic about every single thing that happens?
No, of course I try to, again, see the piece and try to kind of reserve myself, to that point and to build that, because it's important, because that keeps the attention of the audience. Because if it's like being a conductor a little bit and conducting your fingers, and just always think ahead. And as I say, it's a little bit, you always have to be double personality while you perform. And I do try to shape the pieces to the important moments.
Well, you did a really beautiful job today, and you're clearly doing it everywhere you're going. So congratulations on all your success. I wish you best of continued luck and a lot of success to come for you.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you more. And please come to all the performances of Palpatine.
Absolutely.